I'm of the firm belief that the most valuable asset a business has is the person running the business. It's the people. I knew I needed to do something. I knew you had a track record of success. I felt like you were going to honor your word. I think I really enjoyed working together because I could tell how much you cared. I don't think you're going to regret working with Monty. You guys try saying no to this guy. He just gives you a double buy and then you're like, all right, take my money.
Matt Shields, welcome. Nice to have you here, man.
Anusos, it's great to be here.
It's nice that you didn't try the last name. It's been a long time coming, dude. It's been a long time coming. So
It has.
let's jump straight into it. So, Matt, what exactly do you do with your company right now?
So I have a few different things. I have a software business, a coaching business, and then I'm a partner in an agency as well.
And you're doing how much in terms of revenue?
Right now, it fluctuates, but on average, we average a couple million a year. We've been averaging a couple million a year for the last 2 years, something like that, between all the companies.
What about when we started working together? I think it was back in January or
Yeah, when
something
we
like
started
that.
working together, I was more involved in another business that I'm no longer a part of. But yeah, at the time we started working together, we were doing like 300, 400K a month. So it's less now, to be honest. I don't know if that's going to backfire on this testimonial that we're making less money, but we're making less money for a good reason. And I have way more hope. I have way more confidence in where we're going, why we're going there. And I realize, like, as cool as it is to talk about revenue's all vanity. It's all vanity, bro. Like, how much revenue are you doing? Who cares? Who cares? Anybody can hit 100K a month in a single month and like flex it for the rest of their lives. I want to build something that lasts, and I think that goes hand in hand with the way that you coach people to develop themselves. It's not some magic pill, get rich quick sort of structure. It's how do you sustainably build something great. So anyway, I could rant on that all day. I know that's not the point of this.
Yeah, I mean, like, coming back to this point, I mean, when we started working together back in January, you were
Yeah.
doing like 400K a month.
Mhm.
I guess why not spend more money on like better team members, like more in ads or like another person to help you grow or find a better purpose instead of investing your money to start working with me?
Bro, I couldn't say no to that Greek accent, bro. I just couldn't say no to that Greek accent. You guys try saying no to this guy, huh? He just gives you a double buy, and then you're like, all right, take my money, bro. Now, let's see. So, I mean, the simple answer is we didn't not invest in those things. Like, we still invested in all those things. And then additionally, I invested in you because I'm of the firm belief that the most valuable asset a business has is the person running the business. It's the people. The business is just made up of the people. So if we want to grow the business, we have to grow the people. If we want the business to be more disciplined, more streamlined, the person running the business has to be more disciplined, has to be more streamlined in their day. And your business is just going to be a reflection of yourself. It's going to be a mirror of who you are. So I can't talk about that concept all the time and then not actually practice it. And so working with you was actually putting that to practice.
Nice. What made you though? What made you join the program in the first place?
I knew I needed to do something. The fact you worked with Thomas Gannett and Jordan Platten went a long way. You like to use those case studies. You sneaky dog. This dude's in all the DMs with, bro, worked with Thomas Gannett, Matt Shields, Jordan Platten. And that it's smart. It's very smart. That worked. It made me say, okay, I can trust this guy. It's worth a call. And yeah, you did a good job on the sales call. You did a good job with that. Yeah, I knew I needed to do something. I knew you had a track record of success. And I felt like you were going to honor your word. I felt like you were going to honor the word that you gave me. So,
Talking about the word that I gave you, what were the main issues you were trying to work on or solve, working together?
I wanted more consistent sleep. I wanted to become more confident. I wanted to get rid of negative habits. I wanted to heal my shoulder, get a really dialed in diet, and streamline. I wanted to streamline a lot of this. I didn't want to have to like manually be doing a ton of different things every day. I wanted it to be streamlined and seamless.
But why? I guess what does the way you were like, I guess, running your company or in, like your day-to-day life, what does this have to do with like getting better sleep or I guess
Yeah.
streamlining all those aspects or dialing in the diet or feeling better? You know what I mean? What was your
I think
what does this have to do?
Yeah, I think more than anything, I needed accountability, to be honest. Um, but are you asking what do those things have to do with building the business?
Yeah, I mean, like, what exactly was the issue that made you think that you need more dialed in, more consistent sleep, more dialed in diet?
Yeah, good question. I noticed throughout the day I would feel tired. I'd feel foggy. I would feel like I lacked energy. I wouldn't be maximizing my potential. I wasn't maximizing my output. And I didn't like that. I wanted to be doing more with my days, more with my life. So, yeah, I think it's just that feeling of knowing I could be doing more each day, but I wasn't.
Hmm. Hmm. I mean, what were you skeptical about before joining?
What was I skeptical about? I was skeptical on your natty status. I thought you were a fake natty. I still do. I don't even know if you claim natty, actually. I'm just joking. But I was skeptical. No comment. I was skeptical of what was I skeptical of? I was skeptical of whether or not I really needed somebody else, right? Like I thought I could just do it myself. And the truth is, yeah, I probably could have, but I wasn't. So I figured sometimes, bro, there's this thing in business and in life I'm sure you've experienced where if you just throw money at something, it makes you more committed to solving the problem. Like I could give you 5K and literally never talk to you again, but I paid you 5K, so now I'm committed financially, which means I'm committed somewhat emotionally and physically to solving that problem. Like I've made a commitment, I need to fix this. So there's value literally just in that, which I'm not saying that's why somebody should decide to work with you or not work with you, just because it's going to make them more committed. Um, but yeah, I was skeptical of whether or not I really needed somebody else. But I think the problem got to the point where it was big enough for me to override that skepticism because something needed to change.
Mm. Yeah, and that's something that a lot of people like told me about is that just when you pay attention, and
Yeah,
even the simplest stuff that we work on have 10x more impact compared to if you were to go ahead and do that on your own. So that definitely resonates.
yeah,
But I guess what were your initial thoughts or expectations right after joining, like the first couple of days?
yeah. Um, I wasn't exactly sure what to expect. I thought we would do a lot of like diving into my situation, my circumstance, which we did. You gave me a lot of tests. You gave me a pretty good onboarding, like an in-depth onboarding, and then you just started checking in every single day. Like the accountability that I was hoping for that I needed, you over-delivered on that. So that was huge.
Hmm. Can you summarize in like 1 minute around what we help you do by working together?
Yeah. So I think, well, yeah, I'll give you my summary, and then you tell me how close it is to what you would say. I would say generally speaking, you help people become more productive, and you do that in a number of different ways. You help them increase their improve their diet, for example, by having them take certain gut tests. So you help them become more productive through a number of different ways. Checking your habits, checking your schedules. Are you eating at the right time? Are you sleeping at the right time? Are you sleeping in the right way? Do you have the right pre-sleep routines? Like last night, my friends and I were gathered around the whiteboard. Tony Lee, Josh Rivera, and myself were gathered around the whiteboard in our dining room, and we're looking at all of our like to-do lists, and we're because we have a house accountability thing, and we have the overhead light on, and I go to turn down the overhead light because I know we're getting ready to go to bed, and I literally said to them, I was like, nah, Manu would be pissed if he saw that I'm looking at this overhead light at like 9:30 p.m. That's terrible. So it's little things like that that I've taken with me till this day, right? um so that's what I would say. You help people become more productive through analyzing each and every single part of their day and themselves that contributes to their productivity, whether it be diet, sleep, habits, self-talk, whatever it is.
Hmm. Hmm. When the program kind of ended, like how did it affect you? How did it affect your life after 3, 4, 5 months?
Yeah, I was so much more aware of my habits. I was so much more aware of the things I was doing. I'll be honest, I still was struggling in certain areas. And part of that was because like I was traveling a lot and I was getting outside my routine and like all that. But I was way more conscious and focused on and attentive. I was just way more attentive to how am I treating my body? How am I treating my mind? How am I structuring my days? Um, and so that was that. I think that was probably one of the biggest takeaways is just where focus goes, energy flows, right? So if you're thinking about something all the time, you're going to put energy into that, whether it's intentional or unintentional. But if you're never thinking about something, it's hard for you to really even you don't know what you don't know. So I was so aware of all the things that I needed to solve and I needed to focus on and work on by working with you. So yeah, that was a big part.
Cool. What was your number one favorite thing about working together?
Hmm. Anytime I did a cheat meal, Manu charged me without my consent $500. No, I actually told him to. I said, charge me next time I do a cheat meal. And I did a cheat meal. And you freaking charged me. I need that money, by the way. That was fun. I think, bro, I really enjoyed working together because I could tell how much you cared and you were willing to tell me like it is. Give it to me like it is, I guess, while also making it fun at the same time. A good dichotomy of both. Fun and firmness, right, which is required in any good coach. And yeah, you were always checking in every single day. Every single day. Like if I wanted to slip, I literally couldn't slip because you were checking in every single day.
Hmm. Awesome. Awesome to hear. Um, and I guess one other kind of it's more of a subjective question, but let's say somebody who's making like online entrepreneur making around 20 to 100K a month has a clear plan, right? But he knows exactly what he needs to do every day to,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, scale or just succeed, make more with his business, whatever it is. But he has like brain fog, difficulties focusing, feels tired often, and gets distracted easily. Let's say we have two options for that person. Number one is find a mentor that is gonna help him scale, or spend more in ads, or spend more in like team members, or find somebody like me, for example, or like how we work together to help him maximize his potential, maximize his
Mm.
performance, and perform at his 100%. I get, in your opinion, Matt, like which one of the two is going to be the highest ROI thing to go for?
I'm gonna give you my honest answer here. You're putting me on the spot, and I can't lie. I don't
Hmm.
want to lie at least. So, um, it's so tough, bro. There is a season where like you need a high performance coach because they're gonna just get you dialed in, and then you can take that with you. Um, but I think if you're at 10, 20K a month, I mean, it depends. It depends on how bad their actual problem is with themselves. Like, are they really just self-destructing? For me, I got to 300K a month without a high performance coach, but I did have a roommate who was a high performance coach. So I kind of got a lot of the hacks, and he put me onto a lot of stuff that helped diet wise, sleep wise, routine wise. He taught me a lot. That was before we had ever met. So I would say try to do both if you can. If you can't, I think personally what I would do is I would go make more money first to where then I can invest in the high performance coach. That'd be my honest
Hmm.
answer.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But how would you see the ROI then? I guess for somebody that's, because I have a lot of people that come to me and they're like, I know what I need to do. It's just like the fog that is keeping me back. If I could dial in and lock in, I know that I can just be making more money. So what would you say to that? What is like the ROI that you somebody would experience in that position if he knows what he needs to do, right?
Yeah, if you
But he
genuinely
just
know what you
have
need to do, I think that's a little different. If you're missing information, then yeah, getting a coach could be helpful. But if you genuinely know what you need to do, then that's a different story. Then I would prioritize someone like you, like a performance coach or an accountability coach before. something else, like another mastermind or course. Because it's true, a lot of people know what they need to do, they just don't do it. By the way, that's literally the premise for the app I'm building. It's like literally, like you're gonna love it. You and your clients, we got to get them on it. It's gonna be awesome. But anyway, yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
we
good
can
point. You
figure
make.
something out.
Yeah.
So let's say somebody's like has reached out to us or seen one of our ads or something. You know what I mean? Let's say he's contemplating joining, starting working together, and he's like on the fence. What would you say to that person to kind of like reaffirm, let's say the if it's the right decision or if it's not the right decision for them
Yeah.
to do?
I would say if you're on the fence, the framework for making decisions that I love is the Jeff Bezos framework, the one-way door and the two-way door. A one-way door is something that you can only walk through once. You walk through that door, you can't go back. The two-way door, you can walk through that door but then go back again. When Bezos was pressured into whether or not he should leave his job to start Amazon in 1994, he went and told his boss. His boss took him on a walk around Central Park, New York, and he told his boss the idea. And his boss said, Jeff, that's a really good idea, but it'd be an even better idea for somebody who didn't already have a good job. And basically saying, you should not go do this. And so Jeff had to ask himself, what would I regret more? Would I regret more staying at this job and never trying and wondering what could have happened? Or would I regret more doing this thing and it doesn't work out and then going back to my job? I like to think about that framework when I'm offering something to somebody. Like I'll say that to them, just like I am now. But also I like to think about it for myself when I'm being presented with something. What's the worst case? Like, am I going to regret not doing this or doing this more? I think when it comes to with the accountability and the intention and the focus that you give your clients, Manu, I think it makes it a very high perceived likelihood of success or very high actualized likelihood of success when it comes to whether or not you're going to regret more not doing the thing or just doing the thing and working with Manu. I think it's much more likely you're going to regret not doing it. Because even if it's not exactly what you were expecting or you don't get exactly what you're hoping, I don't think you're going to regret working with Manu. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, that's a really good perspective here with Bezos. But yeah, it's always the people who usually take risks are the people that are usually like slow, slower or later kind of make it big. The people that usually take the most risks and the people that don't quit are usually the people that are the most successful. And this is like one of the common traits that I've found within the top 1% of my clients. Like, for example, I have a guy right now. I'm working with somebody who is making 7 figures a month. And this person literally like is an action taker, takes risks, and just like you said, he has that same framework of, am I going to regret trying something that could literally change my life, or trying something and maybe it doesn't work and I keep doing what I'm doing already? So that's
Yeah.
I think that's a very powerful framework.
Amen. Amen.
Awesome, man. So any last things you want to say before we wrap up?
Any last words? No, I think that's it. That was good.
Awesome.
And just don't run in the Dubai heat with Manu. That will backfire. You don't want to run a 5K in the summer in Dubai with Manu. From personal experience, don't do that.
Yeah, that wasn't very pleasant.
No.
Wasn't very
Pleasant is-
pleasant.
Pleasant is not
Awesome.
the word that comes to mind.
Awesome, man. So you provided a lot of great insights. Hopefully this gives people the nudge they need, or I guess get your perspective about doing this. A lot of people would want to know. So yeah, thanks for joining, man. It's been a long time coming to do this, and Hope you guys enjoyed.
Peace.